friends, welcome to today's how-to. Today we're going to be learning how to draw Jack Skellington and the Grinch in a split face. And don't forget to pause the video to follow along at your own pace. So we're going to get started right in the middle. We're going to draw in a straight line right in the center. And you can use a ruler to do this if it's easier for you. Let's start on the left-hand side. So on the left-hand side from this line, we're going to curve this line out and in. We're going to move beside that, curving that around and through towards the top. Now on the side of the head here, we're going to arch this around and we're going to tuck this in for the chin. Let's draw in the nose. So we're going to come across, drawing in an oval on a diagonal for the nostril. And then we're just going to color that in black. Let's move over for the eye. Stepping up, we're going to curve this line up, over, and then out towards the left. And then now from here, we're going to draw in a nice big circle. So we're going to curve this around and up on the side. And then again, we're just going to color in this open space black. And of course, if you're using a pencil or something different than a marker or a pen to do this, you can come in after and use your markers to color in this black when you're coloring in your picture. Now let's come down for the mouth. So starting on the side, we're going to curve this down. We're going to bring this across towards the center. Moving in, we're going to bring this line up towards the top, leaving a gap. Let's replicate that. And we're going to essentially just leave an even amount of space and keep replicating this as we come up this line on the side. Let's continue the hat as we come around. So on the left-hand side, we're going to curve this line in. We're going to start back above, curving this up, and we're going to bring this down on a diagonal slightly towards the center. Now from here, we're going to curve this around and down. Let's start on the right-hand side. We're going to start with Grinch's eyebrow first. So coming up on a diagonal from that eye, we're going to curve this line down, up, and over towards the side. Stepping up above from that corner, bringing this down, up and over, back in. Again from here, curving this around and in. Let's come down, curving this out and back in. And then from that corner, curving this down towards the edge. Now moving up, we're going to draw in a line, curving this around and down towards the eyebrow. And then we're going to close off the top of the hat here by just arching that line over. Now let's come down and draw in the eye. So we're going to draw in a nice big half circle underneath here. And then for the pupil, again, we're going to draw in another half circle, curving that up on the side. And then we're going to add in a small highlight in Grinch's eye. So underneath here, we're just going to curve this up and over. And then we're going to color in the pupil black. Let's add in a small detail here. So on the top here, we're just going to draw in a small diagonal line coming over. Let's come underneath the eye and we're going to curve this up and across. Let's draw on the nose. So we're going to arch this down, up and in. Let's draw in his mouth. So we're going to draw in a corner bracket on the right. And then we're going to line this up with the line for Jack Skellington on the left. So we're going to curve this down, up and over towards the side. And now on the right hand side for the side of the head, we're going to draw in a small diagonal line coming out. We're going to close off the chin, so lining this up at the same height, we're just going to continue to curve that up on the right. On the side here, we're going to curve this out and then back up. From that corner, curving this back in and then through towards the top. And then again from that corner, bringing this out and back in towards the bottom. Let's continue to close off the hat now. So on the top here, we're going to arch this line out and then in. Stepping beside that, bringing that down on a diagonal, curving that down, back up. And we're going to do the same on the right, arching this around and in towards the corner there. Let's draw on the top of the hat. So we're going to arch this line up towards the middle. Now on the left-hand side, we're going to curve this line over towards the middle again. And then now from here, we're going to curve this line down on the right. So we're going to curve this all the way through and in. Let's draw on the little pom-pom on the bottom of the hat. So we're going to draw in a circle. And then continuing to close off the bottom of the hat, we're just going to curve this up and in towards the side there. Let's come down now. In the center, we're going to draw in a curved line from left to right. We're going to bring this line out on the top left and top right. We're going to curve this line in on the left-hand side, arching that through towards the center. Now from here, as we come down, we're going to curve this line. We're going to come up, curving this around and in. And then we're going to curve this down towards the center. Now from here, from that point, we're going to curve this line up and over towards the right. Let's arch this line, this corner in. So we're going to curve this in on the side. Stepping beside that, curving that around, back through. Stepping up again, curving this around and down. And then one more time, curving this around and back in. Let's continue to close off the center here. So from that corner, we're going to curve this line down. We're going to draw on the eyes. So on a diagonal, we're going to curve this line out. We're going to do the same on the right. And then on the bottom, curving this back around and through. And then just coloring in our eyes black. Let's close off the neck. So on the left-hand side, we're going to draw a diagonal line coming up and then moving across on the right, bringing that over and through. Let's close off the Grinch's shoulders here. So on the corner here, we're going to curve this line down. And then from the center, we're just going to arch this line around and up on the side. Now from here, for the bow tie on Jack, we're going to curve this line up and over. From that point, we're going to curve this back in and through. Again, curving this line in and down. And then starting back on this line, we're going to curve this over and out. Now from that corner, we're going to curve this around and we're going to bring that in on the side. Now on the left-hand side, we're going to arch this line down for his shoulder. And then we're going to curve this back around and in, connecting that through towards the center. On the side here, we're going to step up slightly, curving this through towards the top. On the left-hand side, we're going to bring that line out on a diagonal. And then from the corner here, we're going to curve this back through towards the bottom. Let's add in some of the stripes now. So coming back up for the bow tie, on the top here, we're going to follow this line, bringing this down, around, and then in. And then coming down, following that pattern again. Let's come through towards the middle. So in the center, we're going to curve this down in towards that line, moving down, replicating that, bringing that through towards the middle. And then now on the bottom, same thing. So starting back on that line, curving this around and then in towards the middle, dropping down, replicating that again, curving this around and through, just thickening up that line on the bottom. Let's draw on the stripes on the side here. So we're basically just going to come down and we're just going to leave an even amount of space as we keep drawing diagonal lines as we come down towards the bottom. Now let's move down. We're going to draw on the stripes coming up now. So on the bottom here, we're going to bring this line up towards the top. And then moving over beside that, we're going to curve this around and back down again. Let's move over on the left-hand side, curving this up and through towards the bow tie. And then again, moving over, replicating that again. Let's move across, curving that through towards the top. And then stepping across, replicating that again one more time. And that is it. That's how you draw Jack Skellington and the Grinch split face. You can pause the video and color it the way that I have done, or you can change your colors up if you'd like. If you enjoyed today's video, please hit that thumbs up button and subscribe to the channel, and also drop a comment below suggesting any more characters that you'd love to learn to draw next. Thank you so much for joining me on today's tutorial, and I will see you all on the next one.